What's up, everybody?
We're live. Hey.
We're live.
Got some friends here. Welcome to the Music City Writers Room, where we're going to be bringing you up-and-comers. And I think we're going to have some special guests in the future that are very well known because they've already asked to be on the show, which surprised the heck out of me, which is wonderful. So we'll be bringing them in later at some other later dates. But tonight we have some awesome, talented guests and couch friends. Really, our friends, our co-writers and friends. Right. I'm Scott Barrier. This is John Clinebell over here. And so, and Jericho's with us as well. And so we have Ryan. You can wave, that's right.
Hello.
And Caitlin.
Hi.
And Chris. And Sam. And of course, John, once again.
I'm here.
Yeah. So,
apparently I'm here.
What are you drinking?
Oh, yeah,
Is that
what-
old fashioned?
Yeah.
Some whiskey, some
Yeah,
Garrison.
Hell yeah.
I would say share the class, but I think we're still on sober 2025 so
Yeah.
far, kind of.
Maybe, kind of.
Okay.
Ish.
What is it? You're not telling me.
Sober-ish.
We decided to do like January, dry January. Ryan, myself, and at least our buddy Justin Love, just to
Nice.
see if we could do it. And I made it. Did you make it? I think we all made it, right?
Ish, yeah.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell. Well, I'll be okay. Full disclosure, we're not drunks. Don't think that.
That's not what's happening here.
No, not at all.
I don't have a problem.
We just like to have some whiskey sometimes, like John, you know. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
Friday
so-
night. Come on.
It's not
Yeah.
getting better.
I know. I'm digging the hole. I made it till the 31st, and so I was with Justin. He's like, "Go ahead, man. There's like 3 hours left," and I was like, okay, one whiskey." So I made it 3 hours short of dry January.
Nice.
And with my one whiskey, but I've been pretty good after that. It's still pretty much dry February, so.
Have you
Yeah.
found?
Feel?
So
I
what's?
feel great,
Yeah.
actually.
Good.
When I was, cause I'm the kind of guy I love good whiskey, and so I like to like sip it. I'm the sipper. But I realized my joints aren't hurting anymore.
Whoa.
With just a little bit of whiskey
That's
here
cool.
and there or whatever, cause I'm a social drinker. But I'm like, I feel good. So I think I'm gonna continue on with this. I won't put you under the. I won't make you do 2025.
Is this an intervention?
What's happening?
I thought we were talking
Ryan,
about
we all love
music.
you. We all really care
hell?
about you. You know.
We're just gonna live stream this intervention.
Yeah. They're like,
Oh
people
my
with
gosh.
kids are like, turn it off right now.
They
Live
They
on
locked
Instagram.
me in.
Sorry. So anyway, enough of that. That's great. But
So you're clean. You're sobering up. You're clean
good,
up.
yeah,
and
clean
weat's
up.
nice. What's not to like this week?
I know.
Hell
it's
yeah.
beautiful.
You
It's,
know.
Life is good.
yeah, we hit the 60s and 70 one day
It
this
was
week?
80 degrees at the airport the other day.
Yeah.
Like a record, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Like,
Like summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Although
you-
I talk to
yeah.
people, it's like I lived in California for 15 years, and it's beautiful there like most of the year. But here it's like I like it here. I like the change of the seasons, but there's like 2 weeks of fall, like 1 week of spring, like maybe 2 months of winter, and then it's all summer.
Yeah.
Like that's what Nashville is.
Yeah,
Am I right?
Totally.
you're right.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
accurate.
Now we'll probably have like one little winter surprise. Usually every year, right in the beginning of March, we just get like a little something, freezing rain.
Yeah.
It just goes one
So
last
we have
dip.
like our fake spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is this week, so don't get
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
spring.
We're
We're
in
gonna
the
have
spring
one
of
more.
deception.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I see like
Spring
there's
is
memes that go around that have like there's like 5 layers to
Yeah.
spring.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
all of those. Those
Yeah.
are our
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it. I hope it stays warm, but just know if you're new to Nashville or visiting, might have one more little snowstorm. We'll see what happens. So, and then
Snow.
summer's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like John said, there's no spring.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's barely here. So.
Then it's hot as hell. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's great though. I don't know. Go out and hike in nature. It's like you're in a sauna. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of fun. I
Who
don't know.
likes-
We made the mistake. So John and I play pickleball, and we played on a day where it was like 98 degrees
Oh,
or
I
something.
remember that.
And I thought we were gonna die.
Yeah.
We was like, yeah, this is fun, but oh my goodness, we were sweating and
Nope.
lost our breath. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
doing that again.
No, we'll wait for it to cool off. We'll wait for the sun
Yeah.
to kind of come down or something. I
You
don't
play
know.
a lot? Play a lot of
Yeah,
pickleball?
when it gets
Trying to get
nice.
into it, yeah.
Let's do it.
We're kind of professional, you know. Like we're like when we go to play, there's like the like beginner court, and then there's like the next level up and the next level up, and we usually
gotta-
go to the expert court.
Yeah.
Just
talk some shit. And
yeah. The real reason is
Just to
because
let
nobody's
everyone
on the
know.
expert
just like-
court. Is the reason why we go there. It's the one that's open, and then people will just pop on there and just like, smash it right in our face, and then they take the court from us, and it's fine. You know,
Wow.
it's like
It
So
gets pretty
it's
heated.
aggressive.
It's like
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
I mean, is it that competitive?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
People
yeah.
get into
Are
it.
there
Yeah.
leagues? I
yeah,
don't even
yeah,
know.
There's leagues.
yeah, it's
I know
huge.
nothing about
It's
the
huge.
sport.
I don't
Pickleball is
I was looking.
Well, there's a new movie coming out. I don't know if you've heard, but with Will Ferrell, and it's gonna be a
He's been
pickleball.
bad.
Oh,
my
that's
God.
Wow.
Oh,
What's
The
it called?
dink.
The dink.
Is that
What's a dink?
That's a term.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does
Like,
that mean?
It's like
Ding
a
dong.
little, just a little hit.
I know.
Right at the net, and it's a little
And you're
dink.
trying to get it to die like right after it goes
Yeah.
over the net or
Think
something
so,
like
yeah.
And
that.
then there's like in the
It's gonna
kitchen.
be hilarious.
You're in the kitchen
my
at some
gosh.
point.
Oh yeah, the
What's
kitchen's
that?
the kitchen's like the no person's zone. Like you're not
Yeah.
supposed to be in there. It's like a safety zone, like right by the front of the net, and you're not allowed to go in there. There's special rules. There's all kind. I remember when Carrie Earl is
I
a
know.
friend of ours, and she invited me out to play pickleball for the first time, and she's like, "I want you to know all the rules." And so I had to watch like a 15-minute video to like, and I kind of understood what the rules were. It was like, there's some things I don't even remember them because it's been a little while, but it's like you're allowed to be in the kitchen if this, but not this, and then it's just
That's
a
the
bunch of those
that's
kind
the
of
thing
rules
that like
with
the
it.
real pickleball players like go off on you about. Like, hey, you're supposed to be staring. It's like, whoa, geez,
Yeah.
just out here to have some fun. Like,
yeah.
No
simmer
fun.
down.
Serious.
Yeah,
It's
you
just the
went to
kitchen.
the wrong
We're
sport,
in the
yeah.
kitchen. What's wrong with the kitchen? That's where I get my coffee.
That's a terminology. That's they
Yeah,
say
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
kitchen.
the spot right in front of the net. You can't stand there and hit the ball.
I'm
So
really
you gotta
lost
stay
on
out of
that.
the kitchen.
Wow.
Interesting.
So for somebody clumsy like me, is it a thing I can do? Because
Yeah,
I'm not very
yeah.
coordinated.
Well, like
I'll be honest.
70-year-olds are doing it, man. So you
So
can
why are
do
you
it.
looking at me saying that?
You said
Right after
your
Well,
joints
yeah,
are doing good.
I am
and-
feeling
There's
good.
there's senior leagues, you know.
Oh
There's-
my
it's like, it's-
Come on, you're already like putting me in the home, man.
Oh my goodness.
I say that if they can do it, we can do it. Like,
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Let's say, let's say.
I'm all offended.
I am offended.
Come on.
Just because I have a little gray doesn't mean I'm.
I'm gray in my beard too.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thank you. But not as much.
I think we're all part of the club, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, we're just talking trash. It's good, right? It's all good.
Yeah, you know me
We'll,
long enough.
we'll settle on the court.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that challenge. I've never played it, so I don't.
It's
I don't know.
fun.
So
We'll bet $50 the first game.
Yeah, yeah.
really,
yeah.
you're gonna throw me in like that? Wow.
Sounds
That's
fair.
how we're gonna start.
Reasonable.
My goodness. Holy cow. So anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's warming up. It's gonna be nice. There'll be some friendly games being played.
Okay,
you know,
good.
I mean,
as long as it's
I'd love to
friendly.
play.
games.
I
Okay.
want to learn.
Come on out. Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
always
We're
have
gonna get a
team
regular
put
game
together
going.
as
yeah.
of tonight. It sounds like.
That should
Yeah.
be the next episode. Is on the court.
Oh. We get some GoPros.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
get some footage. Yeah, that'd
Some
be great.
drones. Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny.
Got the kitchen cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitchen
Yeah.
cam.
I mean, you're right. You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Isn't that off limits though? But
Yeah.
Not for cameras.
Anyway.
cameras go everywhere. Right?
Right.
We're in a surveillance society, so.
yes, that is very true. No privacy whatsoever in this world anymore. That is for sure. So
I mean, we're in
but,
cameras right now, right?
yeah, we are. I mean,
Wait, there's a camera?
Ah.
I thought we were just hanging
never
out.
mind. Don't even look that way. Don't even look that direction.
It's
So,
nothing. It's nothing. We've only got 500 people watching us right now.
Oh
Really?
My gosh.
Starting to sweat.
I
a
know.
little bit.
We told you it's a low pressure situation here.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
we're,
All our moms are watching.
yeah. Probably. Hey.
We're gonna grow very incrementally.
Yes.
Over
Yeah.
time, very
Nice.
incrementally.
Nice.
Yeah, we're still like building the foundation.
Is
Working
it
our
weekly?
way.
Yes.
Weekly or-
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Every
we're gonna
Friday.
Have, we're gonna have it every
Nice.
Friday
Sweet.
evening, same time on the YouTube channel. I guess that's what it is. And so our plan is to just every Friday just bring more of our awesome friends, you know, who are super talented here to hang out and talk about life and music and whatever else we just want to fall into.
Pickleball.
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 Yeah, you're right, man.
Pickleball,
Weather. Yep.
Yeah, weather.
A lot of ground.
They go
Yeah.
hand in hand. It sounds like so we're gonna build it, turn it into something, and hopefully it's gonna be something fun for everybody. And a lot of our purpose for this, well, really the purpose is to get our unknowns and up and comers and people that really need some exposure to get up and above the noise in Nashville. There's so many people trying to make it here. And so John and I, we started in a conversation of let's just have a hangout here, you know, and we'll get to know people. But then we were like, you know, we could really do something where we could help people get, you know, hopefully get them some exposure to the world, get them seen, and maybe get you some more, you know, of an audience, or who knows what that's going to be. We don't know, you know, we're hoping it's going to help. So that's what kind of spawned this whole thing and created it. And here we are. So that's why we want to stick to it, keep building it, get you all famous. And,
Yes.
I know, that's
Yes.
really tall order.
It's gonna happen tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Maybe we'll be
Feel it.
famous. Yeah. Or infamous. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Find
So-
out.
And we're already talking about dry January, so
Ah.
you know all that stuff. But yes. So since you're probably curious about who they are, so our first friends here, you all were like solo artists, and now you're together. So what's happening? What's happening with all that? What's your group called? What's your duo called?
So I'm Ryan,
I'm Caitlin.
and we just started this duo called The Wanderings just at the beginning of 2025. We were just kind of talking one night. We had had a few songwriting sessions together. Our first one was with our buddy Justin Love. And we love Mr. Love. Yeah, we'd written a few times, and then we were talking one day about like how we both kind of wanted to do a duo, and so.
And we love the Civil Wars, and
Yep.
we feel like
Love
there's
Civil Wars,
yeah.
yeah.
And there's always been like kind of a vacuum since they broke up in
Yeah.
the industry, and so yeah, we just I don't know, it all happened kind of in one night. We came up with a band name, started writing our first song, and Ryan was playing at the Bluebird like the very next day,
Mm-hmm.
and we had written a song, and he's like, this is last minute, but would you want to get up and sing it with me? I'm like, yes. I would love to. so yeah, and then we just got really positive feedback from that audience, and we were like, well, maybe we should. I mean, we're still pursuing our own solo careers, but this has been really fun, and it feels like we have good momentum going. I mean, it's only been a month, so it's
Awesome.
really new.
Yeah.
Wow,
But
yeah.
it's been really great.
So are you in the process of writing a bunch of material, or are you also recording stuff? Where are
Yes.
you in the process?
Yeah, we've been writing a lot of songs for the duo, and it's such an interesting, fresh way to write, at least for me. Like, because we're trying to do kind of like a Johnny and June kind of thing, where you know I take a line, then she takes a line, then I take a line, and it's like this conversational back and forth thing. It's just I haven't written much that way.
Yeah.
And so it's been kind of new and fresh, but
It's been like it's interesting because we fight over what key to sing in.
Wow, 1 month and already fighting.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's-
Okay.
Having we're like, oh, I can see why there's no duos.
yeah. If there are any couples counselors out there that have expertise in the duo department,
That'd be great. Yeah.
we need you. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, yeah.
I would be shocked if there wasn't somebody in Nashville that a therapist that
Oh yeah,
has
Yeah.
That
worked
would be
with.
therapist, yeah.
It's funny.
For like bands or
Duos.
something.
Yeah.
It's true
It should be a
because
specialty. Get
Yeah.
it should be. We-
All you therapists out there,
Job well
good
done.
job.
Great
Job well
ideas.
done.
Good job.
Yeah, we
Well,
know we need right here.
Yeah,
So,
we met with a manager, and he was like, I actually really think you guys should consider couples therapy down the road. And we're like, wow. He's like, it's like a marriage, but, you know, even worse because there's no obligation to stay together. And I'm like,
Goodness.
okay, thank you for that.
So funny.
It's a thing. Metallica, they still do counseling.
Do
They've
they?
done it through
Okay.
their whole
Yeah.
career
There you
because
go.
they realized early on they needed to, if they wanted to stay together. So
Wow.
and they had long hair back then. You know, they look really mean and,
Yeah.
and scary, and they're like talking to anyway.
Maybe I would suggest maybe don't put a documentary out about your therapy. That's what they did. They put like a whole documentary out about their therapy, and
Really?
just
They did?
all this inside garbage on them. And
Yeah.
Dave Mustaine from Megadeth was crying, and
Yeah,
James
oh.
Hetfield was crying because
What?
like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
it was just
I kinda
that
wanna
was like
see that.
15 years ago.
I
I,
know,
think that
yeah.
was released.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
They like
so-
basically aired all of their therapeutic laundry out
Wow.
for the whole
Oh,
world.
That's
Yeah,
I don't know.
funny.
that's
Yeah.
kept them
Watch it.
together.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's kept them going.
But so the passion with the writing, it sounds like you're starting to put some demos together as well.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of
and
demoing.
we've written a lot. How many songs do we have? I think.
I feel like 12, 13.
Wow.
Yeah,
Awesome.
in the last
Great.
month.
Yeah, we're like, we need to practice them. That's what we just have. We like have all these new songs, but we need to practice them, play out. It's like a whole thing, like even learning to harmonize together, like because both of
Yeah.
us are like used to being the lead vocal, and like we're like, wait, how do we harmonize? So it's like a whole, whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of compromise, and it's been fun though. I'm making it sound like it's horrible. No, it's been really fun. I should say that also.
I'm curious with because you're writing all these songs and you're starting to make some demos. What's your opinions on? And I'd love to hear other people on the couch too. Your opinions on like how do you choose what songs to finish producing and you decide to release them? Like what's your process with that? Like what's your thought process
You
around
wanna
that?
go first. I have my thought. But...
I mean, I was gonna say I feel like we've written really good songs, and then we're just trying to decide between what are the great ones, and that's
Yeah.
why we're just trying to get a lot under our belt at this point. But we do have a couple spec deal offers, and so we've been trying to like kind of push towards getting something released and recorded in the next couple of months. So there's like that time pressure to get it done and get something out there,
That can
but
be helpful.
also
Okay.
but also we want it to be something that we both love and the quality's there.
At first, we were leaning towards like an EP, just like going for like 5 songs, but then it felt like a little bit too much right off the bat. So we might just focus on like a single at first.
yeah.
And I don't know. For me, it's just like it sounds kind of funny, but like which one am I most excited about? And then if we agree that we're both excited about this one, then we'll probably do that one. But also, like, as we're playing out, like, at writers' rounds, like, I love writers' rounds because I like to try out new songs and see what people are resonating with.
Yeah.
You know, that means a lot to me, too. Like, and if they're excited about a song that I'm excited about, then it kind of makes sense to release it.
We've been doing that at the end of our show. We'll say, which one was your favorite? Please come up to us after, because we're just so new as well, and this duo is so new, so it's been helpful.
That's cool. You're getting like the research.
Yes.
Like you're getting the R&D.
Exactly.
What songs make
focus
people
group.
shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
And listen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I noticed that, though. When there's a noisy room and it goes quiet for a song, I'm like, ooh, that song resonates.
Yeah.
That's
That's
an
good.
indication.
Yeah.
It definitely has a thing. Yeah, that's cool.
great. Anybody else got an opinion on like how to choose a song to release?
Yeah.
Like
I
I'd
feel
love
like
to.
for me, like I write pretty often, like several times a week, so I usually take a lot of time to like sit with the songs, and then you're gonna know after a while because you get used to like playing certain ones live, and then you can go back and be like, oh yeah, I play these like every show. I love them, and honestly too, like social media is a big way. Like something does really well, and like a lot of people are resonating with this and asking if it's released. It's usually a good indicator.
Oh yeah, that's
you
it's
know,
like the
people-
round online,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
It's
Yeah.
kinda, it's just a
Field
different
testing,
way.
right?
Yeah,
Kind of field
absolutely.
testing it
Yeah,
out there
that's
in the
great.
world.
That's great.
So does that? So you field test it, and I've artists kind of do different things as far as their releases, and so so you put it out there, you field test it, then that becomes your single. Now, are you planning? In your case, if you're working on songs, do you do like a set of songs at a time, like EP? Like I'm building an EP, so down the road, these are going to be singles that'll become an EP. Or are you just like whatever's popular, you put that out there? I'm very
Yeah,
curious
it's kind of been like a lot of different ways for me over the past couple of years. Because when I first started releasing music, the first single I put out was in 2020, and I was just doing singles at that point, just to kind of put some music I've been working on out there. And then I am releasing an album at some point this year, but that kind of just happened by accident. It just was this collection of songs that I really loved, and my producer and I had co-written a lot of them together, so it just kind of made sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, so far, my process has kind of just been like really feeling it out and what serves each song the best. So I kind of started with, singles, because it's a great way to kind of like introduce yourself as an artist and really establish that sound. But yeah, the album thing for me, it wasn't necessarily that I like set out to make an album. I didn't know if it was gonna be like an EP or just like this was like a fun collection of songs and I released them as singles. I didn't know yet, and then it just kind of happened naturally, which was it was fun. It just felt more like organic that way, which I like.
Yeah, and that's cool because John and I have been talking about that. Because John, you know, can I call you out? You're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I was like, I didn't know if you're keeping a secret.
No,
Yeah,
I've got an Instagram handle for John Jameson. It's my my artist name, and I'm in like the R&D process, I guess. Like I'm cooking stuff, I'm writing songs, demoing some stuff out, and gonna start like releasing some stuff here pretty soon. And
Exciting.
play some more rounds and things. It's been fun. I've been writing country music for like 4 months.
Okay.
So,
And it's a
been
cool
good.
hybrid though. It's a cool. It's got a little rock thrown in, Americana. It's a very cool hybrid. But in our discussions, I thought it was funny the other day because you're asking me like what my opinion was. I haven't been an artist in years, y'all. I was an artist, then I was a touring musician for many years, and so that was my issue years ago, trying to figure out what singles to put out. But it was funny the other day when I was like, go with your, like Sam was saying, it's like or you were saying it's a popular song, so why not make that the single?
Yeah.
You're telling me somebody told you put the weakest ones out and get stronger. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've asked a couple people, and one of my friends, her manager tells her to just release her worst songs first, so that like you can build momentum, and then you save your stronger stuff for later after you've built momentum.
Kind of makes sense.
Which is kind of interesting. I hadn't really thought of that before, but
People are pleasantly surprised. They're like,
also, you don't know how people are gonna respond to stuff. You might think it's the worst song, but it's actually good.
That's true.
Like,
yeah.
There's many times, like even in like sync stuff that I've done, where I'm like, this is a banger, this is gonna get stuff for sure, and it like
Doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't go anywhere. And then there's a song that was like, there were 5 writers on it, super cheesy. Like before I even knew how to produce a song, we had like hand claps, and it was like kumbaya kind of cheesy. It was really cheesy, and it's been used like 3 or 4 times on like films and things like that. So you never know. You never know how people are gonna respond. So.
I have one of the first tracks I ever did for sync or like anything. Is being used constantly, and it's like
awesome.
It's horrible. It's like it's horrible.
So what's horrible about it?
It's just like you said, it's super cheesy. It's like a cut up loop I use, and just like just really super basic. Like the production is, I mean, it's okay, it's working.
Yeah.
For like background stuff.
It's your best song. It's making making
it's
money.
not my
It's
best
making
song.
money. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
No, it's successful though.
It is.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Royalties are funny. With sync, but
the sync stuff's the back end only is like it's a numbers game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, and that's good. Yeah, like I said, it's been getting used a lot.
And you're getting into a lot of library stuff. You're building up a library and the whole
so I work with a
stuff.
couple libraries, and I've got like I don't know, just under 100 tracks out being used.
That's great.
Well, not all of them are getting used. I got 100 tracks out, and then I've got like 4 being used, 5, but they're getting like I have like 215 cue sheets.
Yeah.
Which means they got used in a show.
Oh, that's amazing.
And some of them have like multiple uses in a show.
You're building it though. You're it's starting to take off. It sounds like, you know.
Yeah. It's starting to.
And you're investing. You continue to invest in like building up the library, right?
That's right. And I'm trying to build my like personal library to like pitch out to other like, not as many libraries, more like sync agencies, I guess, sync companies, to try and get some better placements. I mean, that upfront money would be great.
Yeah, the stuff with the master syncs. Yeah, it's nice.
That's what we're all after. Tell you
that's
that
where
much.
the bigger money is for sure.
So we were talking a little earlier. You were saying did you intend to get into sync at all?
So I fell into it.
Yeah.
I wish that would happen to me.
No, sorry.
All into
sync.
sync.
Oh, dang it.
I'll tell you, it's because I can't sing. You can sing. So,
I fall into my sync all the time.
Wait, is this related? Is this related to what we were talking about earlier?
Back to counseling.
Dry January.
No problem.
But no, I wanted to be a singer-songwriter. So I got into songwriting, I don't know, 2012. And, had some songs I wanted to record. I'm from New York, Chestnut Ridge. And was looking at studios around town. And I was like, okay, not in the budget. Can't afford that. So I went to YouTube and literally was like, how do you record a song? And then I did that. Recorded a little EP, which again, looking back, is horrible.
Somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
This is years ago. But anyway, so I did that for a while, just kept making songs. And then in 2018, I met my friend Jordan, he was like writing a lot for the Chipmunks TV show at the time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and
Cool.
he invited me over. He's like, if you want to come hang out. We called it an internship, but we were really just like hanging out, and I would basically watch him work. Sometimes he would have me, split songs down, send them out, and label them, whatever.
Awesome.
But yeah, and then in 2020, I got in with my first library, and from there it's just kind of kept going, kept building, and then we just collabed, me and Ryan and Carrie. Did a song last month.
Yep.
Which came out pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
And hopefully that'll,
Yeah.
go someplace.
We're aiming for like some sort of Yellowstone sort of song.
Yeah,
So it kind of had this like gritty country rock feel to it. Yeah.
It was sick.
Tim produced it. You did great,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Yeah,
You
dude.
killed the vocal, obviously.
I was just about to ask you who
I
sang.
sang
Yeah, who
the
did?
gravelly vocals.
I want to hear this song now.
This is great. This is
It
great.
turned out
Yeah.
cool. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's like one where I'm like, ooh, I'd almost cut that. I don't know. We'll see where it
Yeah.
goes,
Hey, man.
but it's cool. I like it.
I was gonna say, can
Got
you
it.
find it anywhere? Out
Not
there?
yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Are we allowed to know the name of it?
Yeah.
No hometown.
Yeah.
No hometown. Okay.
Don't steal the title.
Don't steal our title, man.
I mean, it's registered.
Yeah, it's already done. It's already
Karma will get you. Well, yeah. So yeah, it's just a song about like, and it's like I'm kind of new to sync. Some of the people in the room know more about it than I do, but like we tried to write it in a very general kind of way, but it could be in either like a Yellowstone show or a truck commercial.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's like this kind of like about a nomad who's just like on the road and like always between towns, and so that's why we call it No Hometown. So yeah.
It's a great song. I got the chance to listen to it, and my company is helping to hopefully connect you with an agency to rep it. So
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And I was gonna say, why not both?
yeah.
I know.
You said or.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
both.
so
That's
here's
true.
the thing with it is like a lot of times with sync, like if it's released, there's artist mojo that can kind of factor in, especially with like the higher paying placements. They're looking for real artists to throw some. Because it's not just it's like some YouTube page or some Instagram page that has no followers or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're actually bringing something to the table in the collaboration with the brand or the TV show, and it's important to, not all the time, but it's important to some of them. Especially I think the higher the budgets on the stuff, it gets more important.
Like they see it as like kind of a partnership because you're
Exactly.
bringing your following
Yep.
to the table.
Totally.
Okay.
And
that
what
makes
also
sense.
shows love to break new artists too. They love to be
Yes,
like,
that's-
oh, this new up and coming awesome artist. They had their big break on this TV series. Or something like
Okay.
that. So they like that. They like, and also brands do too, in terms of like partnering with a undiscovered artist, and then all of a sudden they're the brand that helped break them.
That's
and
cool.
It can be really, there could be some cool synergy with that. So
Please break me.
break
me.
Oh, my
Not
goodness.
literally, not literally.
Awkward. Took an awkward turn. But no. See, I'm newer into this whole process. I've been working at trying to build my own catalog for a few years. I don't have a lot of placements at this point, so I have been jumping in on seminars and things like that. The new guy actually watched some of yours. you and Sonnet.
He knows
Yeah.
all of it.
So I watched some of yours, but as I was kind of kicking around out there and hearing different things, I kept hearing the same theme of like indie artists. They're really looking for indie artists. So you're talking about that. That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
Can it benefit and how can it benefit the indie artist? Like you said, the cross promotion. You bring your audience, you all promote. I mean, does it? It seems like it has helped some artists like become household names, or at least get them known. Is that true?
I mean, I think
you guys are the.
It was
further
more
into
the
this?
case like probably 10 or 15 years ago, where like artists like Ingrid Michaelson or something like that just like blew up out of nowhere because they had their songs on like Grey's Anatomy and like every single week, and then everybody's like, who's this amazing artist that's in like this key scene where everybody's crying or whatever, you know? And it's so it's a little different now, but I think that yes, it's really incredible for indie artists because there's the potential. It can feed into like, it can actually help you make decisions about what to release too, because you land a placement, then you're like, well, I got to release the song so people, you know, they can Shazam it. And then the thing that's really cool about that is if you get into a cool show that has a large viewership, then people are whipping out their phones, they're Shazamming the song, and you know, you might get a lot of streams from that. You get a lot of new fans, and it can kind of feed in, and then you start to, oh, this person, like they've got like this kind of outlaw country kind of sound, and then he's on like Yellowstone's soundtrack. Oh, maybe this other show that's kind of a spin-off of it, or because like in Hollywood, if something succeeds, there's like 20 other things that are trying to do exactly the same thing. So it's like, you know, then you're all of a sudden a desirable artist for those shows as well, and same thing plays in with brands as well. Although it's like, you know, Coke wouldn't use a song that like Pepsi just used because they want to differentiate themselves, but there's other verticals that like, oh, Coke used it, but you know, in the medical industry nobody's used it yet. So you know, but they're all watching what everybody else is doing. Especially the more money, the higher the budget stuff, it gets that way. So, but yes, it's great. It's still like a really great way to get additional exposure, to make money. You know, the TV placements can pay anything from like back end, which can be a few $100, to like some of those TV shows, they pay like 15-20 grand for like a feature spot in like a big show. So like, you know, TV is not like just back end stuff, and promos and ads can pay like, you know, tens of thousands of dollars. So they can be tough to get.
Get on it, man.
Yeah, you know,
hopefully.
It's out there, you know. To a certain extent, it feels like it's a little bit of a lotto. It's a little bit of luck. It's a little every sync's a little bit of a miracle, because like there's so many checks that need to be crossed in order for it to happen. So that's why anytime it happens, it's always like, you know, oh, that's cool. You know, it's always a cool thing.
Which feels like every aspect of the music industry. It's like trying to get a cut with an artist is really hard, and you know, it's just saturated. You know, we're kind of crazy for doing this. We love it. We're passionate about it most days.
We're depressed.
What do you, I mean, I stick around because I just love writing, and there's nothing I like more than anything. I'm curious, like, I mean, why do you all stick around in the music industry if it's so?
I mean, I think
so
same,
nuts?
just for the love of it. Because there's a lot of like frustrating aspects of it, but you got to think like, I think a big part of it is just like enjoying where you're at in the moment, because you're gonna have those really high highs and just ride those out. Because of course, like it's not realistic for it to like stay up, and that goes for like any point of your career. You know, even like artists that like I look up to and admire, they have those moments, because you're always it's not something that you're ever. I don't think there's such a thing as like making it and that can mean many different things. It means like you've already made it if you're just doing it every day and pursuing it, but also there's never going to be one moment where I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I've done like everything I want to do. Like that's just not.
There's always something cool you could try to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. So.
Or if you have something cool happen, you want to do it again and again and again. And it, like you said, it doesn't really work that way most of the time. It's like you'll have a hit in some way, form or another, and it's like, well, the next one kind of flops in a way, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, not everything's a hit, but then you take a punch or two, but you got to remember the good stuff though too. You got to remember the good things that happen, because you got to cherish those things and the people and the friends that you make along the way, because it's that's really for me what it's all about too.
It's the journey.
As cheesy as it is,
it's true.
It's like the thing is like when you're on your.
I was gonna say someone play Miley Cyrus.
Don't
believe it.
I don't want to get morbid or anything like that, but when you're on your deathbed, you're not thinking, oh, I had a #1 hit. You're thinking like, oh, it was so cool that like this idea came up because like we were in the room together and this person called, and like the circumstances around the song is what you remember. Not, oh, it's just like oh, that was so cool. I was so good. You know, like I don't think that's what you're thinking at that point. You're like you're thinking about the memories around it and the journey of it. You know,
maybe like narcissists are thinking that.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
Perhaps, yes, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of the things that does keep you going is celebrating even the small wins.
Yeah.
You know, indie cuts and everything like that, and I think we talked about this before, where I wasn't even trying to get a cut with an artist. I wanted to. I didn't know how to do it. I was new to all this, so I was just playing a song one night at a writer's night. And an artist from Texas came up to me and said, "What are you doing with that song?" I said, "Nothing." And he goes, "That's my next single." And I laughed, "Ha, that's funny." And he goes, "No, I love that song. That's going to be my next single." I was like, "Oh my gosh, really?
So
Oh my gosh!"
that's
And
cool.
that's how my first single happened.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a Texas cut. Called "Life Is a Rodeo." I wrote it by myself. It's the rare right that I write by myself.
Awesome.
And yeah, very rare. And so it hit like top 5 on the indie charts
artist?
there.
Cool.
I forgot.
I called you out.
Hope they're not watching.
It's been 10 years. I'm trying to remember. You probably saw it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's his name?" And I'll remember. Give me a minute. You know,
Sorry.
I feel horrible.
What's his
It's in
name?
there somewhere.
I remember. I'm sorry.
I
bro.
feel
Oh,
so bad.
Oh, what's his
Sorry,
name?
bro. I'm sorry.
You should have just made up a name.
I should have. Yeah. Jameson.
Yeah.
John Jameson. I feel horrible. I'm so sorry, bro, if you're watching. I don't know if you are.
Please cut another one of my
Now I
songs.
gotta look through my stuff when no one's looking at it. Anyway.
But it really meant a lot to me.
Okay. To point this out, I'm really bad with names. I'm amazed I got everybody. I know you all. I just met
crushed
you
it.
all. We just met. I'm like, I remember their name.
You said it was 10 years ago. That's
It's
yeah.
closer to 15.
I
probably
can't remember
now.
anyone from 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
It's
So,
true. It's true.
who are you?
Nobody.
Who are you? But it's things like that you look back and go, yeah, it did happen, and it's the odds are tough. I mean, there's so much competition, and everybody sort of has an opinion about every song that's out there. You could have the best song written in Nashville this year, and there are still people that are like, it's okay. It's not my cup of tea, you know, whatever. And so it really is subjective. So to have an artist want to cut something you wrote is miraculous, and what an honor. What an honor to have that. So so I'm grateful for all the cuts I've had over the years with all these indies, because they've kept me going. They've really kept me going. And so, but you're right. You have to remember those wins.
Yeah.
To keep you going in the tough times when it seems like nothing's happening, or you know, we all go through this. For those who don't know, we're like, they've forgotten about me. You know, nobody's calling, and does anybody remember me? I think. I mean, am I wrong? Do you all have you had those moments where you just feel like nothing's happened, and it's like I thought I had momentum and cool things are going on. Now I feel like
Actually, in sync, it's like
Nothing.
there's a lot of that. I mean, I when I started out in sync, and I learned how to.
You were
write.
in NSYNC?
Yeah, when I was in NSYNC, and it's been a while since I've done that.
I thought I recognized
Don't
you.
ask me to do the dance moves. I don't remember them, but like.
there's the guy who looks like he's from One Direction.
Dance off.
Which one?
We got a dance off here.
Kind of a mixture. It's kind of a mixture. So,
We were talking about Harry Styles earlier.
yeah, any
Fun fact, Harry Styles,
We have to
Here we
bring this
go.
up.
he has a third nipple, just in
Yeah,
case you
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know. I just
Yes.
learned that.
This
But
is
back
important
to you.
for the new Nashville songwriters that are tuning into this podcast. And it's cemented forever in history. We have that.
Let's start a boy
information.
band called Third Nipple.
How
about that?
all right, you guys enjoy that. You guys, I may not be in that band. So.
Oh man, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying when I first when I learned about sync and I started actually getting my songs up to the place where it was competitive, it was working, and I got my stuff out there. I signed a rep deal. Got my songs represented. For anybody who doesn't know what a rep deal is, it's an agency that like pitches your stuff. So you sign your songs to an agency, they go out and pitch the music. You're no longer like selling yourself. You're not hitting up the supervisors directly. You're giving it to somebody who has the connections already. I got really lucky right out the gate. Like, sometimes it's like lucky. Maybe the songs were good, but like 3 months in, I had an international Starbucks spot that like ran for 2/3 of a year. It was like a huge payday, like the biggest check I ever saw in my life. And,
That's a huge one.
and it happened. It happened like 3 months into my first deal, and everybody was telling me at the time, they're like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" Like, and even friends of mine that were like making their full-time living in sync were like, "That's crazy! Congratulations!
Wow.
This isn't normal. Like, this isn't something normal to happen." And I'm like, yeah, it's not normal for you, It's kinda, I don't know. I don't think I was that arrogant about it, but it's like, and I ended up like, this also didn't help that I got like 2 months later, I got a Hawaii 5-0 placement that paid pretty well, and I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I'm just gonna be like, what am I, like a sync celebrity now or something like that? But it's like, all of a sudden you kind of elevate whatever success you have in the music industry. All of a sudden, everybody around you kind of sees you a little bit differently, and then it changes your relationships. It can be fun, it can be cool, it can pay you well. But it's funny in sync, like, and then I went for like a year and a half and didn't get a fucking single thing. Like, and I was like, why am I not getting placements? And it can get frustrating. So,
a lot of feast and famine.
it can get a little frustrating, but like, I think you just have to keep putting the effort in. And the reason I keep putting the effort is because it's fun. And it feels like what I was put on earth to do. Like, I don't know. Like, you're put on the earth to make music. Like, you're going to be miserable if you're sitting. I mean, I was miserable when I was sitting in an office environment. Terrible at it.
You asked earlier, like, why do we stick around here? And that's where my mind went, is because I tried other paths, and I just felt like, that's not what I'm here to do.
Yeah. I don't see you sitting in a cubicle.
Felt dead inside. Right. Oddly enough, when I first went to college, it was in electrical engineering, and like I got 2.5 years into it. I could do math and science, but like I was looking around at my classmates, I'm like, they're actually passionate about this, and I am not. Like, I'm just doing this.
Sounds like we're very similar. I was like, when I was in college, I was like acing calculus, and I was doing the homework in the class, and I was bored to death, and I had no interest in it at all.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like, where are you? Like, what do you want to do with your life, right?
Totally. But yeah, I mean, that's what keeps me at it, is like I feel like I'm in my element when I'm in a writer room with people. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I'm wired to do. It's almost like every time I'm reminded, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I'm wired to do. And like, that keeps me going. Just like, I don't find money's nice. We all want to be able to pay our bills and stuff, but I don't feel like most of us are like chasing, the riches of it. It's like, it's its own reward to feel like this is what I'm made to do. And I hope to be compensated for it.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm made to do.
There are a lot better ways to make money.
If you want to make money,
Yep.
The other thing too is, like we talked about, you have the highs and lows and all that. Is you come to a point where the love of music, the love of creating music, and the passion that comes with it has to be the main priority above all things. That's the only thing that will sustain you and keep you going. Is that, like you said, that fire and passion that gets in you. Once it's lit, it's gonna stay lit if it's meant for you. And so. Believe me, I tried to walk away a few times thinking, what am I doing? This is insane. It's like all this space between nothing happening and then all this great stuff, and you're, like you said, the high is high. And so that has to, for me, that became, everybody's got their own motivation, but for me, that became the thing that gets me up every day. Is the love of music is more important than anything, money, fame, any of that stuff. Though they would be nice.
And you do have to work in the music industry if you want to make money. I mean, that's been my experience. You have to work
hustle.
at it. It's
it's hustle and a lot of hats, and
lots of side hustles. It seems like everyone who's in this is like doing multiple things. It's like, it's kind of like you have to. But
it's kind of what I love doing anyways, though. I've always liked doing a bunch of different things anyways.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah.
Me too.
Know. I mean, not to say like I wouldn't be totally cool with just like showing up and writing every day, you know. But it's it's cool to everybody's got their, like you said, like everybody's got their thing. Like I'm curious, like maybe we go around, like what do you do? Like what are all the things that you do?
Asking me?
Yeah.
So like so obviously songwriting, and then singing at writers rounds, and then my main job though is production. I'm a producer, and so I just do that freelance and
Awesome.
Produce artists, and yeah, and then we just started our duo. So that's been like our artist path, because I wasn't really trying to do the artist thing much. It was mainly songwriting and production was my focus. But now we're doing that. So that's another like exciting thing. Yeah, but that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
That's like I think it's like everyone, it's a little investment you can make, and you can see if it pays off and how it works. You know.
Yeah, totally.
That's exciting.
Oh, and then song coaching. Scott does a little bit at Nashvox.
Cool.
Shout out to Nashvox,
Yeah,
but we do
coaching.
some song coaching, and that's kind of fun.
That's
too.
true, because Nashvox, which is a cool company here. So if you ever come to Nashville and you want to do like a karaoke style recording and you get to take it home with you, go to Nashvox. And so that was really kind of the first service they started with. You walk in, you pick any famous song, you sing to it and they'll record it, mix it, and send you home with it, which is kind of an amazing little keepsake from Nashville. And so, but then it grew into a bigger company, and so we are hired to do different things.
Fun.
We've been brought into one-on-one writing. For someone who wants the writing experience, the songwriting experience, or to see if they want to get into writing. So we'll come in and we'll write a song with them and then record it. They get to go home with that, which is amazing. And we do corporate gigs there. You know, we write with sometimes people have had a little pre-gaming before they get in the room. And so
that means alcohol.
They're nervous to work with you guys.
Yeah, work with the prestigious
Those are so
writers.
fun.
Right?
all I know
Please
is
put it up. Creative juices.
so companies, when they're here doing their conferences and all that, they're looking for things to do, team building exercises, and we do that with team building exercise by writing a song so they gel better. When they go back to their office, they know each other better. A lot of them don't know each other, even though they work together, and then they go back and they've got a different relationship, which is really cool. And the corporations are always looking for that cohesiveness. And so that's...
Wait, so you're writing like songs like Betsy's doing a great job in reception.
Sometimes.
Is that what
it all
it is?
depends.
Like, yeah.
If it really, it's up to them. Like, we'll throw it to them. You want to write about your company? And some days we're like, no.
I hate my company.
Licking frogs in Brazil. I mean, it's like the most random things they ask for.
All right. So just write something for fun, like whatever.
Yeah, it's team build. It's like a ropes course or something for it. It's a Nashville experience. I just did one like a couple days ago. So it was like there was like probably like 15 people in the room. And I just started asking them questions about their company.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, like some of them, it's like they're learning about their own company. It's like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like, that's our mission statement? I didn't even know that.
It's very funny.
Oh, that's what we do?
Yeah.
So I'm gathering all this info, and they just think there's no way a song's going to come out of this. And then I start singing it. They're like, you just wrote that right now? It's like you just did a magic trick.
It is.
The thing is, we can get so jaded about that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the craziest thing about writing is you sit down with amazing people, and then 2 hours later you have something that like did not exist at all, and it's kind of remarkable.
It is magic.
It is
remarkable.
magic.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see these like corporate people who are like really they pregame for those, but there have been other ones where they don't, and they're walking in all stiff, like, another team building exercise.
It's gonna be boring.
They're and by the end, they're like little kids jumping on their feet, like their hands in the air. It's the most amazing transformation to watch them go from
make their day. Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, and so, but talk about hustles. I've been doing that with another company for over 10 years, all across the United States, and that company does 300 to 700 or 800 people, like the major conferences.
Wow.
And so sometimes we'll be writing with 500 people in one room, and it is just organized chaos. And it's so stressful, but it is pretty incredible to see like a room full of people. There was one that was like contractors for the government talking about not wanting to be in that room. And so they're like, oh gosh, man. By the time we were done, they were all on their feet cheering, and we had the budget to hire a full band for that one, which was awesome. And so once they kicked in, and we kind of had it pre-planned a little bit because we had to be a little organized because now we've got a whole bunch of musicians involved with just the writers, like trying to write this thing. So, but once we put it together and they kick in for like just a verse and chorus, the place went nuts. You know, it's like these very like subdued people were like ridiculous children. You know, and so it was really fun. And so, but that's one of my, talk about side hustles. That's one I've been doing for a long time. And,
Yeah.
and so when Nash Fox talked to us, I was like, yeah, I think I've done a couple of those.
Yeah.
And, but they're smaller scale, but still, nonetheless, you really got to step up and. But it's nice. It's beautiful to be able to like have that as a little side income.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's almost like you feel like you're hosting people like as a guest to Nashville because they really are. Like we're swimming in like the creative songwriting culture, but for them it's just like this whole new thing that they're not
Disney,
used to it.
you know,
So it's kind of fun to like.
And you forget that.
Yeah,
we
it's
do,
like
we
taking
do.
a little kid to Disneyland for the first time. You're
Yeah.
like,
it is.
you
Some
kind of
people
see it
it's so
through their
exciting
eyes.
to be like, this is where Dolly Parton and Johnny Cash and all these folks come from. You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of like the star in the eyes kind of
Yeah.
vibe with it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And so
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun to see to
Yeah,
do that kind
totally.
of thing. And
That's
so
great.
what other things do we do?
Jericho, what about you?
Yeah, what do you do,
Man,
Jericho?
What do I do? Well, I'm like
Questions.
incredibly blessed to have a hubby that supports me so that I can do music full time. Because
Awesome.
the whole money part we've already addressed that, but we'll get there. But yeah, so I mostly just do music, but I have a few things that I help him out with. So we're entrepreneurs. We own 3 different businesses, and one of them's my music, and then I own a handmade craft company, and then we also own like a real estate company where my husband's contractor, and he, does remodels and handyman work, and I do all the design. I do the fun part, and he makes it all happen, And then investing with houses and stuff as well, flip houses and all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. I did a lot of dog sitting for a long time,
Yeah.
I do that every
That's
once
my
in a while,
favorite
but
side hustle.
it's the
dog
best.
sitting.
It
I
works
love
so
it.
great with
I love dog sitting.
Yeah.
It's the best side
Yeah.
hustle.
I had a summer where when I was in California where I was walking Kate Hudson's dog for like every week.
I love
Uh,
her.
How did that happen?
Yeah, it was just a random gig. A friend of mine was like a professional. She was like, that was her main side hustle. She was a singer-songwriter, but she also did the dog walking thing. And then she had a client up in the Palisades that she just didn't like to drive up to because it took her an hour to get up there. And she's like, do you want to walk Kate Hudson's dog for like every week? For like, I can't remember, it was like $100 or something like that. I was sure. I was like,
Whatever.
I think I was on Fun Employment at the time. And it was.
Did you say fun and
Yeah, yeah.
What is?
I've never heard that.
It was a California term back in the day, I guess. Like this was like 15 years ago, but it's like you're on unemployment. It's you're looking for jobs.
I get it.
You're looking for work. You call it because
Unemployment.
I think in California the unemployment benefits are better than like anywhere else in the country, and so. It's like you're looking for a job, but like it pays enough, like where you're actually like paying your living expenses. So yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just I wasn't like uber. Again, like I didn't belong in the corporate culture at all. So like I was out of a job from the corporate culture, and I wasn't like eager to just jump right back in it. But like the things you're doing, like okay, it's like I could do some dog walking under the table. That sounds fun, and got to walk through a beautiful like rich neighborhood. I got to walk a celebrity's dog. I never actually saw her, but like
you didn't meet her. You didn't get to know.
She
Yeah.
No, I
just
never-
told you. It's her
Sure.
dog.
Yeah,
It's like it's an hour away.
So
and
here's
I'm
the thing that kind of sucked about it was that she
don't wanna ruin
like kind of
it.
subcontracted. I was subcontractor to do the dog walking, but then she would get the invites to like the Christmas party and all that stuff. Kate Hudson's dog, Kate Hudson's house,
And you
stuff
weren't
like that.
invited.
I didn't really care. I don't know. I really didn't care. But it was funny. The dog's name was Doctor, and it was a bulldog. And I remember it was so cute because every time I'd go out there, animals seem to love me for some reason. But I would walk up, and the dog would just like kind of trot out and just like say hi, And then half the time I'd take the dog for the walk, and the dog would be cool. The other half the time, bulldogs are really fucking stubborn. Like they can be really stubborn, and sometimes this dog would literally just like sit down on the ground and like on the driveway, and I was like, all right, you're gonna do this, and I would literally just put the leash over my shoulder and just like slowly start to walk and drag the dog along the I wasn't doing it like fast or anything like that, slowly walking, and then eventually the dog would get up and all right, we done? Like we go for a little leisurely walk around the neighborhood.
That's so funny.
It was funny. Like, I wrote a song about Doctor at one one point.
Nice.
Yeah.
Play it.
No, I don't remember. I remember some of the melody, but yeah, no, it's funny.
I wonder if he knew he was Kate Hudson's dog, so he's like, "Hey, I'm Kate Hudson's dog."
I think he did.
You're on my
like,
dime.
this dog was certainly spoiled. Like, this dog was not one. This dog was fat. Like the dog ate well. Like let's
Nice.
just put it that way.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I walk dogs every day, but they're mine.
Oh.
So I don't make any money doing that, but it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I have a dog story
You
with
do have
with good news.
Yes.
Right.
It
Let's
starts
hear it.
out bad.
Yeah.
So a few nights ago, so I took my dog on a walk at night. I had just gotten home and she had been inside all day. Her name's Bella. She's 10 years old and she's my ride or die.
She's sweet.
Oh.
She's a
Bella's
sweet
awesome.
dog.
Bella's awesome.
Yeah, she's in
great
all
dog.
our songwrites.
She is. Yeah,
She's my
She's
studio
not getting a
dog.
co-write. You keep trying to get her a co-write, but no. Sorry.
But I took.
She doesn't count.
Oh my god.
You're trying to double dip.
Yeah.
Double dog down.
Double dog dip.
Every once in a while during our songwriting sessions, she'll just go. "Arr."
Yeah, she
Oh,
chimes in.
all
Yeah.
right.
She's like, we're like, oh, that's a good idea, Bella. Go back to your nap. But I took her on a walk, and there's this school parking lot where I'll let her off leash.
Yeah.
And it was night. I let her off leash, and I looked away for a second, and then looked back, and she had already darted across the street like after a critter or something,
Oh.
and a truck was coming and hit her head on.
Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Just really, really hit her hard. And then she went running, kind of flopping and running and limping into like nearby woods.
Yeah.
Kind of this fight or flight thing. I'm like,
Yeah,
Bella,
freak her
Bella,
out.
Bella, come back.
Oh no.
And I lost her in the woods. I lost her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think my dog's gonna die. And I just looked for her forever, for hours. I was like texting friends and just like, I was like a wreck. And I gave up for the night. I'm like, I'm gonna go back in the morning. And I looked all over the woods, thought I was gonna find her body. And
Wow.
I was just like sobbing, like man
Yeah,
tears.
it's
Like
horrible.
man,
that's
she's like,
They're family.
There-
They can
she's
become
family.
man.
she's
Yeah.
been through so much stuff with me over the last 10 years, and like,
man.
this is stupid, but she sleeps in my bed with me. Like,
Yeah.
she sleeps under the
no,
covers.
she's not-
Yeah.
I can't
We
judge.
love our dogs. But okay, so this is so crazy. So I called up my mom. I was just like, I don't know. Like I was texting with my mom something else. I'm just like, I'm gonna call my mom. I was like, Mom, I lost my dog. I think she's dead. And my mom, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Can I pray for you? She's like very spiritual. I grew up with a very spiritual mom. Shout out to the spiritual moms out there. I'm like, sure, Mom. Yeah, that's great. So she just prayed that I would find her alive. I was like, oh, that's probably not going to happen. Like, I don't think she survived that. And so then I got this thought, I'm going to call the school just to say, hey, keep an eye out for my dog. So I called this nearby school where I lost her, and they said, is it a black dog? She's out front. We just tied her to the bench, and she's has some water out there. She's been barking at people, and I'm like, what? She's alive? And so I ran over there.
So
I'm like,
crazy.
Bella, she's wagging her tail, and yeah, so she's okay.
Did you-
That's the good news.
Yeah, that's
She's
phenomenal.
good. She was drowsy the first day because I think she had a lousy night like I did. But she's recovered. Took her on a walk today. She's got her energy back in her, and so
Awesome.
I'm just thankful. I had to
To
share
Bella.
that.
To
We gotta
Bella.
share. We
Yeah.
gotta share good news in
To
this
Bella,
world.
yeah.
So.
Amen.
That's her water.
He's like, yeah, cheers.
Did you have to go to the vet or anything, or just did you get her checked? Or?
You know, I haven't yet, but
Okay.
they had me just like they said look for a few things like, is she eating? She is eating. She's
Good.
drinking, and she's going potty. I've never celebrated a dog going potty more than when I saw my dog going potty.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's doing. She's not limping or anything. It was like
That's
a
great.
total miracle. Like
Ah.
it made me believe in miracles again. Like sometimes I get cynical. I'm like, are miracles real? But I'm like, I think this was a miracle.
Yeah, that's
like
awesome,
I
bro.
saw it happen, and like
Yeah, that's frightening.
she made it through. Lived to see another day. So
Yes.
Oh, what a
awesome.
good story.
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
good story.
yeah.
Very awesome.
Yep. I just wanted to share that.
No,
It has
yeah,
nothing to do with music, but
we talk about everything.
you
so,
know,
this,
yeah.
you know,
for all the
this-
dog lovers out there,
Yes.
you know, hug your dog extra tight tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because you never know.
I'm so
Pets are
glad you said
amazing.
that was going to end good because, whew,
I
there's a moment there.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did too.
Seriously. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Wow.
Well, good news. I found him.
You're artists.
My first single.
Oh, good name.
Blake Anderson.
Yeah,
Blake
Blake.
Anderson.
That's
Blake.
Yes. Woo! I feel much better. I know that was like a left turn. Not that
It was the lights. The lights. You were stunned by the lights. You know.
I so put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get
No,
people
you're
to
right.
find it for you.
Because
like-
while I was talking, I was like, I'm gonna remember it. I'm gonna remember
Let's
it.
quiz him with some more names.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's like when you're wearing a band T-shirt and they're like, "Well, what's your favorite song from that band?" Or like,
Oh.
like yeah, it's quizzing you, and you're like, I don't know.
I just like the design.
Yeah. All of them.
Funny.
Uh,
I like them all. That should cover the whole thing. You know?
I was like,
every
take it
single
the
song
other
is my
direction.
favorite.
And they're like, they didn't even write that one. You're like,
Oh my god.
Don't care. Still like it. Don't care. I don't care. Does not matter to me. Oh my gosh.
That is great. I'd love to hear some music.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
think
awesome.
we're at the point where like it'd be
Yeah, it's
great to
a
hear
good
some
time.
music.
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Why
So
don't we do
Okay.
that? Why don't we do
who
that?
would like to?
Who's first?
Well, that's we don't have a thing to spin, so
No, we
have
don't.
anything
We
like
don't.
that.
You
so
want to
we just-
go? You want to go first?
Sure.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a little thing set up. We're trying to do things a little bit better every week, and this week I wanted to try to put some reverb on it when the artists are performing. So
Nice.
I'm gonna, while you get
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
guitar and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except
Okay.
if we perform, you should.
We're just gonna do a little
I
setup.
don't-
But I'll
whatever.
just click it off on the restart.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. Pardon me.
And y'all are probably gonna hear us a little like we're
Wow.
So are we still on? I'm you brought the thing up there. Are we still on camera? I mean, should we still keep bantering?
So?
Yeah,
Be on your best behavior.
space. It's like
Too
it's
late
still
for that.
going on.
Too late for best behavior
Yeah,
right
it's all
there.
it's all still being recorded.
Okay, all right, cool. I didn't know if it like
Heads
paused.
up.
Yeah.
You know.
While we're getting this set up, I just want to say I'm so excited for you guys with your
Aw.
duo thing. You know,
Oh.
Nashville just gets drunk off duos. They really do. I mean, Maddie
Drunk on
and Tay,
duos.
Brooks and Dunn, Big and Rich. I mean, we could go on and on and on.
Mm.
You know, so I'm so pumped for y'all because that is an amazing way to set yourself apart in Nashville, Florida,
Thank
Georgia
you.
line. I mean, we could keep going. There's so many.
Yeah.
You know, so congrats.
Thank
Yeah.
So
you.
excited for y'all.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah. So while he's still
That's
setting up,
encouraging.
I mean, I know we're moving the microphone around, but so now your style is more Americana. Would you say that? Would you say it leans that way?
I would say Americana.
Since
yeah,
you
go
said
ahead, you go
Civil
ahead.
Wars, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
like cinematic folk is how we're explaining it.
Cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And
Like
so,
kind of Civil Wars meets Lumineers.
ooh, I love that.
Meets.
Yes.
I still have a place in my heart for Johnny and June. So
Yeah.
like kind of what they do, like, you know.
Yeah, you were talking
yeah.
about swapping lines. They did different
Yeah.
lines back then.
It's
but,
funny, y'all sound like you're in a cave now. Like,
Oh,
it's
really?
like we're having a podcast in a cave.
Oh, with the
There's like-
reverb.
Yeah, 'cause there's some reverb on there. Awesome, Sam. You want to set the song up, or what?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna play a song that I wrote that will be on. I mentioned earlier I'm releasing an album this year. I did something kind of weird and I recorded 2 at once. So I have like 2 albums. Only one's coming out this year, and then there will be another album for next year.
Holy cow.
That's a lot.
This is on the
That is,
second
man.
album. Though.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a song from the perspective of my dead body. It's a real real happy
So it's
tune.
fun for the whole family type.
Exactly. Yeah, it is. It's kind of sweet though. Like it sounds really dark and whatever.
Not at all.
Like dark chocolate. You know,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
sweet.
exactly.
Okay.
Sounds like something for Grey's Anatomy.
It could be.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
About to
I don't know
find
how
out.
medically accurate
Oh.
this is, but it could be. I don't know. But yeah, it's called "If I Don't Get to Be a Ghost." Don't want to be buried in my hometown cemetery in the very place I work so hard to leave. I'm not one for flowers, so don't leave them on the ground when there's an empty windowsill where they could be. If you want to see me, you can go somewhere that I'd be. Sing a song that I'd sing karaoke. Somewhere divey, guess I'll be too dead to care
miss having me there. I've got a list of things I think I'd miss the most if I don't get to be a ghost. I never got to try it, but I think I'd like skydiving if you're brave enough to take the fall for me. And you can take my longboard I left sitting on the front porch. There's a good hill by the Goodwill down the street. If you want to see me, you can go somewhere that I'd be. Sing a song that I'd sing top of your lungs while you're driving. Guess I'll be too dead to care, but if you miss having me there, I've got a list of things I think I'd miss the most if I don't get to be a ghost. I don't want to be buried in my hometown cemetery, in the very place I worked so hard to leave. If you want to see me, you can go somewhere that I'd be. Sing a song that I'd sing Bonnie Raitt or something 90s. Guess I'll be too dead to care, but if you miss having me there, I've got a list of things I think I'd miss the most. Of all the things, I think that I'd miss you the most if I don't get to be a ghost. If I don't get to be a ghost.
Heck yeah.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
Thank
So
you.
very
Thanks.
cool. Sounded great.
Appreciate it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Killer,
that.
no pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let's turn the reverb off while we're doing the transition. Just so it doesn't sound like we're all in a fucking meeting.
Should I sing here? Or?
Yeah, we'll just take
Yeah,
the
we'll get the
microphone
mic.
and slide it
I
around.
think we'll do it together.
I
Yeah.
gotta press the play button.
Oh, go for it.
Or you can.
You want me to do it?
I better
Yeah,
turn
if
this
you know,
space.
if you
I got
can,
you.
I don't know if it's open.
It's not
Stay.
open.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be
think
the
it's
face
gonna
I need.
stay
Okay. Oh, sorry.
I don't think my face will pass. I don't think I look like
Do you all play together? Do you
This, yeah.
What?
does Caitlin, do you play as well, or do you? This is pretty
My
much.
guitar skills are very
Oh,
We're gonna sing
We keep
One of
changing the
ours.
key. What did you get the right
I
key?
did. Sure did. One of our biggest challenges is trying to figure out which key to sing stuff in that accommodates both
Sure.
our
that
vocals.
makes sense. Yeah.
It's kind of funny, like you wouldn't think that's a challenge, but like yeah, it's like
we should
the female
probably-
range is very different than the male range. So yeah.
He's so short.
Well, like I hate armchairs when I'm playing guitar,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be up
Do you
here.
want to switch
wanna
around
sw-
or
yeah, I
anything?
can move.
Yeah.
Oh,
can,
you want me
like-
to? I can.
Yeah, I can-
Okay, I'll switch it.
Heck yeah. So that will work.
All right, let's go this.
We're trying a new key tonight.
The key of awesome.
Can I hear you two just sing for a second together, just so I can hear?
Oh, John Clinebell.
What are you singing? Oh my goodness.
What are we doing? Are we-
I just wanted to like.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to
Like,
sing your
I
song.
can't follow you.
You know, something
a-
done. That would be nice.
Yeah, that
That
would be
was-
I
nice.
mean, I really like that. I
Yeah,
think
we're
it's
gonna
good.
sing. We're gonna sing a song we wrote, if that's okay.
No, you
Yeah, I
Just
just
sing
wanted
it.
to just so.
Oh, check 1, 2. What are we
Sing
singing?
our song, like the chorus.
But then we're gonna give it away. But okay.
Oh.
All the while the winding road full of storms turn into tears. I found my destination.
I would just say
I'm
play
gonna
it
play
a
quieter.
little
Yeah, yeah.
softer.
That's what I'm
yeah.
trying to do.
Yeah. Play
Like
it.
softer than
Play
that.
it, yeah,
That
just
was
play it
me
a
playing
little,
soft.
Play it a little
Okay.
softer if you can. Yeah. But I think it's gonna sound great. It's gonna sound great. I just wanted to make sure that.
No, I
'cause
get
I think
it.
you have stronger voices, you know, like, and I wanted to make sure,
Totally.
you know, you're not
Sounds good.
like blowing out the mic. All right,
Okay.
I think we're ready to go.
Okay.
Let's check it
You
out.
got this.
So, want to set it up?
Do you want to set it up? Go
Well,
for it.
well, okay, this is the first song we ever wrote, and this is the song we debuted at Bluebird Cafe.
Yep.
Sweet.
And,
Wrote it with Daniel Leathersitch.
mhm.
Yup.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's
cool,
great.
cool dude.
He's
Yeah.
like one
Yeah.
of our our favorites.
Yeah,
right?
we've
He's a
written with him.
deep guy.
He
and
is.
I like
He
that.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're trying to do the Americana thing. So it's it's like a different kind of way of writing for us with the duo thing. But yeah. Anyways, this is our first song we wrote, and here it is. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. This is called "1,000 Lifetimes." Hey, where you been, my love? I've waited a long time for you to come along.
Babe, till the morning comes, can we try to make up for the time we lost?
It's been a wild and winding road, full of storms turned into tears, but I found my destination in your eyes. All the highs and lows and in-betweens was worth it to get here. Feels like 1,000 lifetimes after all that I've been through. I wanna live 1,000 more with you. Oh, 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 I pray. I've been through the worst. There I found you waiting in a ray of light.
Thank God there's healing after the hurt, so a couple of dreamers can bring dreams to life.
It's been a wild and winding road, full of storms turned into tears, but I found my destination in your eyes. All the highs and lows and in-betweens was worth it to get here. Feels like 1,000 lifetimes after all that I've been through. I wanna live 1,000 more with you.
Hey, to the day we die, I wanna keep on dancing to the other side.
Sing till the sun don't rise. I'll be holding you for 1,000 lifetimes. It's 1,000 lifetimes. Was that good on the guitar level?
I think it was good. Yeah, about halfway through, I dialed down the input just a hair. It's
Perfect.
Good. It's good.
Nice,
You
nice.
both sounded beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
wonderful.
Thank you, guys. That's fun.
Yeah, so
You both sounded
and
beautiful.
you said you sing or you don't sing?
No.
Oh,
I write a little bit, but my singing is.
Where
Okay.
can people check out your music? Do you have anything released at this point?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm more producer
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. But stay tuned.
So I'm just gonna put the reverb down here.
Yeah,
while
probably a good
we're
idea.
talking. Yeah. So now that we're talking,
And that's a very good question. Where can people find you? Because we've not really talked about the name of your duo.
Oh yeah. Well, we're called The Wanderings.
Okay. There you go.
And it's kind of that idea that, it's about the journey. And we both had such separate lives and journeys in music. And now we're able to come together and kind of sharing those experiences. But yeah, we started an Instagram. So you can find us at The Wanderings Music. And yeah.
Do you have a website or anything that goes with that yet?
Not yet. We
yet.
have YouTube. We also have YouTube.
That's good. You're starting to put it out there.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
Very
only
good.
like a month and a half old, so we're just right at the beginning stages of
Yeah,
it. So.
we have almost 600 followers though, which
Yeah.
is
That's
great.
exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're already a star.
We're
on
trying.
Yeah, that's
And
phenomenal.
you know how it
Yeah.
is now as
Yeah.
an artist. It's half,
Yeah.
half the battle is social media. So.
That's
Yes.
great. That's
Mhm.
great. That's a good start. It feels like a strong
That's great.
start. to
Yeah,
things.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Also, that's
Congrats
Thank you.
on that.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Beautiful collaboration there.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I
Just
love it.
find that counselor.
Dr. Phil, are you out there?
Hold it all together.
Hey, Dr. Phil worked for Bad Baby. It could launch
Really?
a music
Oh, yeah.
career.
There we go.
I like it.
So, but Sam, where can people find you? In the world?
Sam Hatmaker, just my name. Luckily, there's not many other Sam Hatmakers out there,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Sam
That is
Hatmaker
great.
on everything.
That's cool.
Awesome. Well, sweet.
This has been fun.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
great
It's
tonight.
been a
Thank
great
you.
show.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us. It's really been great to have you all, and hopefully at some point, given that we're going to keep rolling, we'd love to have you all back
Oh, definitely.
at
definitely.
another time in the future. So,
Yeah.
but with that,
Next time in
yeah.
front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
pressure, you know.
Live studio audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big,
Yeah,
That'd be
we'll have
amazing.
600 subscribers.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
One day.
We're on our way. We had 25.
What do we
by the
now?
way, you can follow
Where-
us at
yeah.
Music City Writers Room
That's
on
correct.
Instagram.
Yes.
So, hi, everybody.
And we
I'm
do have a
John.
YouTube channel too, so you can
Yes.
find us on YouTube as well. It's right? It's at music.
Yeah, just type in Music City Writers Room and you can find us.
Okay, good.
It's easy.
That
It's
sounds
easy.
complicated.
It's, yeah. You'll soon be able to hear us in more places, but thank you for tuning in, everybody. This has been a really fun show. Thank you.
Yeah.
so much.
Great.
Thanks for having
Yeah.
us.
This feels like a good time to say
It's
goodbye.
wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you,
Oh,
everyone.
Jericho, real quick, Jericho, where
Yeah,
can
where
people
can you find
find out about you?
Jericho Music _
Yeah.
Instagram. I've got a few singles out on Spotify,
Awesome.
and then also Jericho Music on TikTok.
Yes.
Nice.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well,
All
sweet.
right. Well, thank
All
you
right,
for tuning
thank
in,
you all.
everybody, and
Yep.
we'll see you next time. See you
Yeah.
next Friday.
Have a